I am 30 years old and finally got the truth and got confessions from my wife of 30 and 5 years of marriage who has been having an affair for months. I finally got some half-truths last night from my wife. I set a clear boundary with her that she wasn't to drink alone with her friend back in the south when she went to visit for a bridal shower last weekend. We recently moved up north. She told me her story of what she did that weekend, purely innocent. I got the suggestion to contact the dude's girlfriend. I didn't want to at first, but boy am I glad I did. I asked if she ever felt off about these two. She says, yeah, we've talked about it, but he swears they're just good friends. She mentioned she wasn't happy that my wife slept at his place this past weekend. Whoa, what? Then I confronted my wife, who doubled down on the same lies. Then I showed her the receipts. She then changes her story to, okay, I hung out with him but we didn't drink and you said that was okay. I didn't tell you because I knew you'd be upset. I'm like, you were just drinking in a group. You think it's okay to go home with this dude just because you didn't keep drinking. Then it was, I don't remember where we went, I was too drunk. After a lot of prying, pointing out lies and inconsistencies, it became, we kissed, then we made out for an hour, and then, I have feelings for him I don't know what to do with, and then, we kissed back in November, too. Who knows what she's still hiding, but that's enough for me. I honestly don't see a way out of this that includes us still being married. I left the house and checked into a hotel. I've been having so much anxiety since seeing all the red flags since November. Finally getting some validation after all the gaslighting is a huge relief. It is 100% better to ask and risk being wrong and looking like a fool than to allow the questioning and wreck your emotional health while doing it. Alcoholism is bad and you have to go to therapy to treat it, but that is not an excuse to cheat. Update, wife, 30F, of 5 years cheated with coworker. Though it's still anxiety-inducing, it gets easier every day to talk about being cheated on. Some commented on the original post asking for an update a while back, and I'm at the point now where I can share what happened and what I've learned. Most of this is going to be little nuggets of experience. As of last week and 5 months after filing, I am officially, legally divorced. She begged me not to go through with divorce, got therapy to help her with her personal issues, but she ended up moving out in May and back to the city we left where her coworker is. Gee, I wonder why. I've been dating someone for a couple months, and man, I gotta say getting back out there does wonders for self-esteem and anxiety. While I once felt like my wife was the one, and maybe she was at that point in my life, in retrospect we weren't that compatible. Now I'm having much more amazing sex, feeling more supported and less judged for being myself, and have more time for myself and to do what I want. She was relatively flexible in negotiating the settlement as long as it was equitable. I took out a personal loan to buy her out of her share of the house, and I'm making extra money to pay it off. Divorce is expensive and complicated. More expensive than you think. We had a relatively simple, amicable split with no kids, a newly purchased house and little bit of retirement accounts to divvy up, and I still racked up over $10,000 in legal fees, and it took months longer than I thought it would. I now have so much knowledge about divorce, estate, and alimony laws in different states, and I hope I never need to use it again. Prenups may feel icky, but if I ever get married again I'll consider one. Time helps. Every passing day made things a little bit easier to deal with. Therapy also helps. In my case, practicing different meditation techniques with a therapist gave me good tools to refocus whenever I got angry or anxious. Find your support people. I have a friend who had also been cheated and who has been a great enlightener in this whole ordeal. The other guy's, now ex-girlfriend, was also a great person to talk to and commiserate with. I've definitely learned a bit about human behaviors, and everyone commenting on my posts helped me see what I wanted to ignore. Adults don't get drunk alone together. Adults don't have sleepovers. Adults don't stay up all night with someone if they don't want to have sex. Beware of the truth about infidelity. Trust your gut. Don't be afraid to raise a little hell to get some answers if something feels off. Talk to her friends, and anyone who might be involved. The pick-me dance is real. As soon as you stop letting her have her cake and eat it too, she'll beg and cry and promise to do better. I probably have dozens of other nuggets I've gleaned from this bad experience, and I'm always happy to share with interested parties. Life is messy and people are often mean, but optimism that things will get better in time is a powerful thing. Comments. 1. Adults don't have sleepovers to kiss. That is a bald-faced lie. Time to take your dignity back from that poor excuse of a woman and leave. 2. No children, no worries. She has been having relations with him for months. Divorce her. You need support. A lawyer. Honestly, I felt bad for you reading your last post. I can't understand how you let her do any of the things she was doing and didn't throw her out. Don't be her doormat, man. She's not worth it. And you certainly didn't get the truth. 3. It's pretty obvious from your previous post that she was having sex with him. A deaf and blind mute on a street corner anywhere in the world could have deduced that. But she also says she has feelings for him. Are you going to do the pick-me dance, as it's called? You know, the one where you put your dignity, self-respect, manhood away. If you decide to stay, you have to lay down some concrete boundaries that you are prepared to enforce, including walking away and moving on. If you aren't prepared to enforce with consequences, then be prepared to continue to be walked on. This will also gauge how much she wants this marriage. Good luck. 4. If he stays, it doesn't matter what limits they agree on. From that moment on, she knows that he is someone who will put up with infidelity and can do whatever he wants. Drop her if you have an ounce of self-esteem. Op, I don't see a future where I can possibly set enough boundaries to rebuild any level of trust. She's a fiercely independent person who didn't care enough to respect the boundaries this time. Now she's just mad that her fortress of lies has come crumbling down. 5. The pick-me dance is real. As soon as you stop letting her have her cake and eat it too, she'll beg and cry and promise to do better. Amen. Op. So many men and women don't want to divorce even when their partner cheats, and I understand that. But so many of them do the wrong things while trying to keep their marriage together. The pick-me dance fails more often than it works. Exposing the affair and standing up for yourself works out much better. One's partner will either get their head out of their body or they won't. Shining a light on the affair by broadcasting it kills it faster than any other way. So does taking control of the situation. BS need to go on offense, not play defense. The saying that one must be willing to lose their marriage in order to save it so true. When a lying, cheating partner has to face and deal with consequences, it snaps them out of their affair fog quicker. Many times when their affair partner spouse finds out, they drop the affair partner as they are focusing on trying to save their own marriage, and then your lying, cheating partner finds out how little their affair partner really cares for them. Don't remain back on your heels, folks. Go on offense, don't play defense. Don't do the pick-me dance. Op, sorry this happened. Glad to hear you are doing better. Best wishes to you going forward. 6. An amicable split after all that emotional torture she did. You are a greater moral compass than I, thank you. Op, it's not about morals, it's the law. Divorces are pretty much 50-50th splits these days. Amicable in the sense of not legally fighting each other. I don't think I can ever be on amicable personal terms with this person again. 7. The pick-me dance is real. As soon as you stop letting her have her cake and eat it too, she'll beg and cry and promise to do better. That is the exact lesson that I learned during my experience as well. I learned too late to salvage any respect or feeling that once remained. I hope that others can learn from your experience. 8. Drop her like a bad habit. She a cheating body cake eater that is manipulating her ATM, you. She needs to leave the house and you for however long you need for yourself. If I was in your position, I would file for divorce, have her leave the home, tell all sides of the family everything. If she wants to win back her husband, she better do the hard work and get busy, make changes in herself and doing some world-class body kissing. There are plenty of other women in the world that will treat you right. Be faithful, dump this one and go find one of the ones you can count on. Good luck.